The show ends on a positive note. What is your message to the people of Aurora going into today, Wednesday?
Dreams come true. I mean, without it sounding so cliche, believe in your dreams. We live in a country that you can make a difference. We live in a country where you can do what you'd like to do. Take advantage of that and make the best of it. Make good decisions.
The positive note has been part of Good Morning Aurora since the very early days. We started asking people, what their message of the day was or what they wanted to leave into the weekend with or begin the week with. And since starting it, it's really grown, and we've got to know a lot about individuals in our society and get to hear what people want for themselves and for each other. The positive note isn't selfish at all, actually, because if you listen to the question, it's, what's your message for the day, for the city of Aurora, or the citizens, or, what have you. So the people know that they're answering not on behalf of themselves, but on behalf of everybody. It's become a great part of the show. And we're glad to share some of these episodes and some of these notes with everybody.
All right. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message for the people of Aurora today?
Care about others. Keep your heart open to whatever your neighbors in need are experiencing. And when given the opportunity to lend a helping hand, reach out.
I think we need to check on our neighbors that are isolated, whether it's a neighbor who's an elderly person that doesn't have family, or whether it's just, a single individual that's either divorced, no kids, and is alone through this. We need to check up on them and make sure that they're functioning. And hey, is there anything you need? Can I grab you a cup of coffee? I'm going for groceries. Anything I can pick you up? Just a small reach out to someone. Just reach out. That's people are afraid to do that now because of COVID, but you need to do that. If you know that there's a neighbor or maybe a single mom with some kids, take some donuts over there.
All right.
Just do something to reach out. Just that small little act of kindness can change their whole perception of the day, the week, the hour. Doesn't matter.
It's the worst time, but it's also the best time. You can pretty much shoot a text
Tale
out
of
to
two
anybody.
cities. It was the
and
best
just
of
say
times.
yes.
It was the worst of times.
Yeah, just
Excellent.
ask somebody how you're doing. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. And it doesn't seem weird because we're all, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. We haven't talked to anybody in a while.
Exactly. So
Wonderful.
that's it.
Man, Aurora, you can do anything you want to do. I've seen it happen. Aurora's changed a lot since I was a kid, and it's for the better. I didn't think this would ever happen to Aurora, but now I'm seeing it happen, and it's happening right before my very eyes. The community is waking up, and it's growing together, and I love it. And I think we should keep it up.
I think, honestly, we've been very positive with the fact that we can look at situations and say, hey, these need help. We need to change that. That's a positive. People always think that's like a criticism or negative. It's not. It's looking at situations and saying, hey, we can improve this.
Be actionable.
Absolutely. When I spoke to my former students at East, I would approach it very positively and say, hey, you didn't do too well on this assignment, this test, but here's how we can do better. Here's what I can do to help you. And that leaves that student with hope that things are going to get better. And I hope our listeners that are listening, it's not criticism, it's not negativity. It is, let's move forward in a positive manner and work together to impact our youth and our community and go in the right direction.
What is your message today for the people of Aurora on Thursday?
We're doing great, and I think we can be even better. So I see so much room for improvement, but we have a lot to work with, and I love it here. I'm here to stay, and I'm here to make Aurora exciting new place where people want to move to and be part of what we're doing. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Just be smart, stay safe. You've gotten through many things. Maybe they weren't as bad as today.
Right.
But one thing I know for sure, every hardship in your life you've survived, and you'll survive this.
It's very true. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message for the people out there in Aurora today on this Monday?
I love you. You are loved.
I'd say continue to seek truth even in difficult places, and don't assume that you know everything. Listen to people and be kind and thoughtful to people. Don't assume people don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? I think I think being thoughtful and listening makes a big difference when interacting with people. So.
Right, exactly.
Things are
exactly.
happening.
Yep. So the time is now 9:00 a.m. We do like to end the show off on a positive note. Okay. This is going to be a little bit different, though. I'd like you to do one of two things. First, tell us something actionable that people should take with them today and the rest of the week. Something positive and actionable.
Positive and actionable. I think maybe check in with people that you don't normally check in with. Maybe post on social media like, hey, I honestly want to know how people are doing. Just drop me a line. DM me if you don't want to do it in public setting. Because people are very silent about the things that they're facing. People are very personal, very introverted these days. And people even misjudge me as an introvert. They're like, oh, so you're an introvert, aren't you? And I'm like, no, it's just COVID. I can't talk to anybody.
Right.
You can't see me at this function. Right, exactly. You can't see them smiling under here. So just people are suffering in solitude, and with some of these thoughts that they wouldn't normally have. They're like, oh, wow, maybe I have been a terrible person to some of these people that are outside of my community, or
right.
Wow, COVID is going to change my life forever. America's never going to be the same. And I think that all of these aren't bad sentiments. I think that things are changing for the better. It's just a painful process, like growing pains, so it's just keep an open mind and also be open to hearing from your community.
Will America ever be the same? No?
I think that people are hesitant to shake hands, and from a social standpoint, people are like, whoa, where have you been type thing. And I mean, universities, you can't learn the same. And I think that these are great things because we've been teaching kids the same way that we have been for 200 years. And I think that if we as a people ever aspire to the stars, and how we're going to get there using these archaic, forms of education. And if you look around and you see discrepancies in your community and you're like, wow, we are not united as a people. These states are not united. You got California trying to secede every other month. There is definitely a problem that is screaming at our faces. So it's just don't ignore it. Don't be tone deaf. Just kind of tune into what is being said, and then if you do that, then we can begin to work on some of those issues. And
what is your message to the people of Aurora going into today on Tuesday, December 1st?
Keep your head up. We're almost through 2020. There's a lot of good things going on right now. Not always, don't always have to dwell on the negative aspects. There's the people that care about you, the people that are around you. There's, you know, you got a reason to wake up every day and keep heading through it. Even if you're having the worst day of your life, there's always tomorrow.
Right.
You can get through it.
Very true.